Qualifier to the ESL Major League. So let's get it on. And take a look at a couple things.
For battle.
So here for Noxious in 10, we're going to have a lion played by Baby Pickles. Got a nice little llama there. A very creepy llama that just kind of moves its... Oh, hello. Well, hello. Nas is going to be playing the Morphling. Hope I said that correctly. Our Invoker in the mid lane is going to be Ake, not Cake. Interesting. Faceless Void. Ooh, what's that? We'll get back to it. Green is playing the Faceless Void. And finally, the Elder Titan will be handled by Gara. Here on the dire side for Trazed Gaming, it's going to be a Timbersaw handled by Pablo Escobar. Got a Mirana. He's gone for the arrow already. It's going to be Babes.
30 seconds to battle.
Got an Ogre Magi handled by Nakamura. The Warlock in this match is going to be the Jam. And finally, the carry Terrorblade, the very scary demon dude, is going to be Pess. So I'm hoping that we see some more taunts out here from Mr. Baby Pickles, as well as a couple of your other heroes from the teams. And there you go. Yeah. But we might want to look at the action top, because the dire side, they are zoning out the rain here. They'll give the bounty rune over to the Mirana, who's gone for the Wraith Band first, and Tangos. Interesting that Trazed Gaming, they have so many heroes over at the mid lane, and they're not really blocking it out at all. It was interesting, I was watching a match earlier where the mid laner, he actually, when he went and got the bounty rune, he went immediately to go and TP to the tier 2 tower to try to get a block off. That was a pretty interesting strategy, and it worked pretty well. He was able to get a good block. I'd be interested to see if we have more of that sometime. Baby Pickles. Just putting some harass on the Timbersaw. Just going to keep hitting that Timbersaw, keeping him out of range for those early levels, which is definitely very good for a support early, and great against the Timbersaw, who decides to go with the Timber Chain first. The Jam, he gets the Fatal Bonds on green, and we are going to have a pause out here as the Elder Titan disconnects. So we talked about this skill a little bit earlier in the game. He's still level 1 at this point, so you'll see that the Fatal Bonds, it can be bound to 3 different units, so these heroes here will give some damage, 25%, over to the Faceless Void. And it's a little bit difficult for him to try to phase out of that, because, I mean, it's not damage done in a very short amount of time. That's one thing that the Time Walk can do very well against. But when it's just little bits of damage over a long period of time, it's a lot more difficult for the Faceless Void to deal with that. So he's going to find a little bit of harass in this lane, and it's pretty difficult for him to try to get out of it. And at this early stage in the game, he probably doesn't want to use a Time Walk so early. Another stun here on the Pablo Escobar. The Spirit is going to be there, but the Elder Titan is only level 1, so there's no stomp available just yet. Morphling doing pretty okay with the farm right now. He's at 5 and 3. Invoker's at 7 for 4. So early lane advantage, I would have to say, goes to the Dire squad. I mean, we're only 1.5 minutes in, but still, I would say that the early lane advantage goes to them. Invoker's doing pretty well there as well. Doing some nice harass to Mirana. She misses the last hit right there, and she's going to miss another. She gets one finally. There you go. Not really doing as well, and it can be difficult to last hit as Mirana sometimes with only 58 damage compared to the Invokers. Look at it, 77 at level 3. He's doing very well in this lane, and it's very easy to see that because of how much damage he has. Green picks up the Invis rune over at top, still at level 1, but with this rune, he'll be able to at least get some levels out of the lane, get up to level 2, and we do have another disconnect here. So it's a little bit difficult, I would say, to have some stability in these matches sometimes, especially if you're on the certain internet. So hopefully they can get their Macedonian internet figured out. The land of the Weeha. We'll see if they passed on any of their genes or anything like that. Pablo Escobar, just look at this. He's at level 1 right now, not able to get any closer at all to the Radiant lane. Look how far away this is. There's just no chance that he can go over there. And well, he goes for the Timber Chain first, and it's interesting because it allows him to get out of some situations, but it allows the Lion to basically get. Look at this. He's just dancing, man. It allows him to get some free harass on the Timbersaw. There's no reactive armor or anything, and look how far the Lion's going. He's underneath tower range, just hitting the Timbersaw. He's not scared at all. The Jam now pulls over to the lane, and he gets the Fatal Bonds with the hard camp creeps, which if he had actually succeeded in a side pull there, it would have been effective against the Faceless Void because they have higher health pools to try to move that damage over to the Void. But he wasn't able to get the pull off, so that's kind of a moot point. Ogre Magi has been over at the mid lane for a while, helping out the Mirana, but in terms of CS, you really can't see the difference. He's currently at 8 last hits compared to the Invoker 16, so he's currently getting doubled up right now. Invoker's just so happy to do so much damage to these creeps. He hardly cares about the Mirana, who does manage to get a last hit there. But there's only so much that the Invoker can do, and Lion is still zoning out the Timbersaw. He's barely even moved past 1 creep of XP. And they do have to take care of this lane. Equilibrium might like to see a side pull for the Lion. Indeed, he will try to get it off, but it might be a little bit late. In any case, the Timbersaw, he's going to get a little bit closer to the lane, and will he get some more XP? Not just yet. Lion's going up once again. He's going to zone him out. This Timbersaw is super sad. And when you have a Timbersaw without any levels, it's extremely difficult to get any kills on him. Invoker getting pretty close to his hand to minus. Hasn't had any kills, but he's having a great time in this mid lane. Some last hits going both ways, but yeah. Now with the Ogre moving off the lane, it's just so easy for him to abuse the crap out of Mirana. He'll do whatever he wants, and he even causes her to miss another last hit there. Oh, the arrow hits Invoker, and, well, the Starfall comes through. It's level 3, and that might be, oh no. Fairy Fire gets popped, and he's got enough regen with the Quas, helping him to avoid the first blood. Invoker getting super low on the mid lane, but through the usage of the Fairy Fire, keeps himself alive. That would have been a great boon for the Mirana to get first blood off of that, keep the Invoker away from his Hand of Midas, but, well, he's not gone for it just yet. He's actually gone Boots of Speed and Magic Wand. I think he was just panic buying there, and in case he died, might have tried to sell those, but I guess he deemed it really wasn't worth it. So, instead, he makes his way back to the base, will heal up, get full mana, and TP back to the mid lane as fast as possible. Stun does occur on the Timbersaw, who's at this point gotten to level 2. Hooray, Timbersaw. It's just so difficult for him to do so. He's got 1 level in reactive armor right now, and that helps his survivability so much on this lane. Like, maybe if you got reactive armor earlier, on level 1, you might have been able to become more of a presence in this lane. He's just delayed it so much, and you can see now his XP is just skyrocketing. He's at level, oh, Sunstrike is going to hit, and that's the first blood. Invoker avoided it in the mid lane, finds it in bottom. And the Timbersaw, well, he was doing a little bit better there, but he's still at level 2 and still feeling pretty bad as he gives up the first blood. Nice aiming, the vector targeting from the Invoker, just getting it right on the money there. So we'll just return over to the mid lane matchup. 900 gold for the Invoker. He really, like, most of the time the build is to get the Hand of Midas and go very quickly. Warlock puts down the random Sentry Ward. Just decides that he needs that there right now. Yeah, Timbersaw's still being very interesting. Lion currently, like, he's out leveling the Timber. There's a nice Earth Spike level 2 at this point, keeping the Timbersaw there for a little bit more, and he's just even going to get harassed by the creep wave a little bit here, but Lion does not care. He's got so much control. Even went for an Orb of Venom. It's not very effective on ranged heroes, but, well, the smoke gets used, and I believe the Timbersaw, he scattered it out, so this smoke should be pretty obvious as Elder Titan leads the way. He's got the Spirit and the Stomp. Mirana, she's up in the mid lane. She should definitely know about this. And you can see that she's playing, or was playing, on the top side of the lane right there. She was staying on that side of the line. But now the gank comes in. Gara is ready with the stomp. And Babes, he should definitely know about this. He should know everything that the Elder Titan is about to do. And he goes in. Oh, puts down the spirit. But this stomp is way off the mark. And Baby Pickles. Baby Pickles. He's just going to swag up there. Does he do the taunt right now? Let's see how much this guy swags. Does he do the taunt?
Radiant's top
Gonna do the
tower
taunt?
is under attack.
Maybe? Come on, man. Come on, do the taunt. Alright, whatever. In any case, Haste Rune on the mid lane, popped by Babes. And he's still got 2 of those bottle charges on him. Over at top. Green is getting harassed a little bit. Lion is here with the stun on the Terrorblade, but he's gotten hit by the Fatal Bonds. Now, Piss, he's underneath the Chrono. There's a Sunstrike, but he does have level 6 here, so he could go right for Baby Puckles. Does he have the control that he needs? He has an Earth Spike, and the, oh yeah, there's the big Terrorblade ultimate. Sunders him in the face, and takes the kill with the Metamorphosis form. Faceless Void was able to get away, but the kill was taken. Now, over on the mid lane, Cold Snap goes on the Babes. He's getting caught out a little bit here by those Forge Spirit hits, as well as the Invoker, and without the Sunstrike being down, the Mirana does get away from this. Invoker might have gotten caught out a little bit here. Piss is still looking for it, and Gara, he gets caught out with the stun. That should be enough damage. They're going to have to try to chase him down a little bit. Can they go in? The stomp, it's going to hit onto the jam, gets hit by the Earth Spike. Is he going to be able to get out of this? He's not even able to get off the auto attacks. Now Piss gets turned into a fish. Nakamura trying to do everything he can to try to slow them down, but it's not going to be enough, and now he's been slowed down as well by the time dilation. Unfortunately, a nice illusion skill there used by the Terrorblade slows them down a little bit so that they cannot go forward onto the Ogre Magi. So 2 go down on the top lane, and they dive a little bit deep for that. Noxious intent. They managed to pick up a few kills over on the top lane with some nice rotations. And still over at bottom, this does create some space for the Timbersaw. Uses his salve right there, and he should be nearly at level 6. But a level 6 on an offlaner, we'll see how he's able to work with it, because this early game is just so difficult for a Timbersaw. You really got a feel for him. He really wasn't able to play Dota at all for the first, 6 minutes of the game. And only by taking, or trying to do a fight top, do they create space for him to get any levels at all. And even then, Morphling is still farming. Invoker? Oh, he's got a Wind Blaze right now, so I guess it's just going to be an early Eul Scepter for him. And does Pablo go down here? Baby Pickles? He's got the Earth Spike. He'll throw it out. He needs some more mana for the Unfortunately, the Morphling waveform was a little bit late. They definitely had the damage there if he was able to get it, but, well, with Baby Pickles not having enough mana for the Hex, as well as the Morphling not using that in time, they weren't able to put enough damage on the Timbersaw, allowing him to stay alive. Invoker's still working towards his items. He's definitely had a far better offlane than the Timbersaw, but Timbersaw is still managing to catch up. He's only a level behind the Void, and he's still kind of hurting on items, though. He really wishes he could get a Soul Ring, but he can't. Nice little bit of levels here for Gara. Got some Forge Spirits to guard him. Want to get that level 6 as fast as possible on the other Titan. That's a lot of damage potential that they have, especially with the combo of the Chronosphere there. And look how far back the Void is having to play. Now, with their dive in the top lane before, they could not quite do enough damage to the tier 1 tower. But they might have it here. No illusions for the Terrorblade. Just level 4 Metamorphosis. And there's not really any aggression anywhere else. So I would think that Noxious and 10, if they really want to defend this, it would be pretty easy for them to get in there. But look at that. Sunstrike manages to take the kill on Timbersaw. Again, he's just not tanky enough against this. This is really where he needs some kind of items against the onslaught. And Green is just going to force him out there. It's going to be a TP in. Does he go for the Chrono? Indeed he will. Lion is there. He might be a little bit out of range though. For the Earth Spike, he'll throw it out, but it only hits the Terrorblade. That Baby Pickle's trying to move forward. Oh, they really want this kill on the jam. and Terrorblade's getting caught out a little bit by the Spirit. Green, he's taking so much damage, taken back into the Earth Splitter. Piss still has a Sunder, goes right on to Gara. It's going to take a little bit more to take him down, but then Mirana ultimate, is she going to throw out the arrow? It will, oh, just miss Mr. Baby Pickles, but he might have dodged that a little bit too well, trying to chase him down, but the Starstorm actually going to miss, and they go for the deny. He's just using as much of his life as he can to give his team some kind of advantage, and now Gara tries to back away. Babes is going to chase him down. Oh, he tries for the juke, but he didn't commit hard enough to it. And that's a double kill for Mr. Babes. Mirana getting us some nice kills here, taking her a little bit closer to an Aghanim Scepter. But they do get a deny, right? But they might have been giving up a little bit more. Metamorphosis still available for Piss, and do they have any detection for this? Warlock doesn't have any. Ogre doesn't have any. Team, bring detection to the fights, please. It costs some gold, though. Ogre does pick some up now. It picks up a pack of Sentry Wards. And meanwhile, through all this, Morphling's still farming. He's at 17,500 gold. I hate when I do that. And Timbersaw going for the double mango build. Interesting. Some very close fights here early. Morphling just trying to farm up as much as possible. He's a little bit low on mana. Probably going to want to finish up that Lincoln Sphere pretty soon. And what's this? Baby Pickles? Is this a Roshan attempt? No, of course it's not. He's a lion. Thought he might have it in him for a while. He's going to do the taunt. No, he's not been taunting too much. It's time to get serious for the lion. No dancing. In any case, he's still going on these creep waves. Look at him going ham. He's going to pick up the ultimate orb. No, that's a Dragonlance. Well, color me surprised. He's going for a Dragonlance first. That's not really too special of a build for a Morphling, but generally they will go for Lincolns. I don't really like that build a whole lot. I do like going for the Dragonlance. I'm glad that he's decided to go for it. Piss. Oh, Earth Splitter and the Sunstrike should be enough damage to take him down. Indeed it is. Just one more hit from the Faceless Void secures the kill. So the Terrorblade takes another death over at top, and he's 1 and 2 right now. Morphling moving up. Pablo Escobar gets stunned up. There's going to be the finger! Lion just absolutely annihilates and turns the Timbersaw inside out, which is what that spell is supposed to do. So, yep, they just go in here and do so much damage. That tier 1 tower already down for Nas. What am I even looking at? Right now, Noxious Intent, they're working with their combo way too well. There's going to be a wraparound from Mirana, and she definitely has to get towards that Aghanim Scepter so they can have some kind of damage in these fights. But it's just Chronosphere, Earth Splitter, Sunstrike every single time, and Morphling still farms. It's a pretty interesting game right now. Faceless Void, again, completely safe, has his Vlads finished up, and what's this Morphling getting right now? He's sending the courier around the map. What is he doing? Where's that courier? It's going back to the base right now for his Void Stone. So he's going to get that Perseverance, and Piss is just going to keep going on the bottom lane, taking some harass from the Morphling. He's at 1240 health right now, with the Dragonlance giving him some extra tankiness. So he's really not too worried about a whole lot, but he could always get caught out. Someone's moving up. It is going to be a lion. They're thinking about going for Piss. He gets stunned up. Another Sunstrike. Just way too much damage. Nearly knocking him out with the Adaptive Strike. Got to be careful with those. But they do hit the Sunstrike, and that's a streak for the Invoker, as he is wont to do in the early game. And an immediate smoke from the Radiant side. Noxious Intent. They see a couple heroes mid. They see the Haste Rune. And here comes Baby Pickles going in towards the mid lane. They could definitely catch out these heroes. The tower's nearly down. Meatball and the Sunstrike completely in the wrong direction. Thought they would move up possibly a little bit more, but with the Mirana ultimate being popped, can they actually chase anyone down here? Nakamura just hiding out on the high ground, and he just walks past the Lion there. But Lion just backs up, and they deny the mid tower. So that's 2 towers denied that Noxious Intent have been able to do. And, well, Mirana definitely would like a little bit of that gold going to her. Spirit coming around from behind. The Stomp is going to hit from the high ground. She don't have vision of it. Or does she? I don't know. She might have. in any case, she just lets the Spirit stomp her and is on half health right now. Drops down a Star Storm. A little bit of damage to the Forge Spirits. But she's just taking so much here. Has to be very careful. And Green thinking about Pablo. Pablo takes a stun to the face. It's going to be the Elder Titan Spirit. And they might be a little bit deep here. Uses the Time Walk a little bit early. Possibly could have put some damage out there. Jam just throws out a very early Fatal Bonds and arrow. Off the mark. Looking for the Chrono. And he will get it. Sunstrike right on the babes. Easiest Sunstrike of his life. They'll also pick up the kill with the Earth Splitter. Can they take down Green? No, he's got the Time Walk to get away. And Pablo Escobar coming from behind. This would be a good kill for him to get. And indeed, he does get it. 369 gold going the way of a very poor Timbersaw. And I think that might be all the kills that they are able to get in the jungle. Piss. He's still trying to get some farm. He's definitely a linchpin in this Trazed Gaming lineup. If they're able to get some good farm on him, then he can definitely turn this around for their team. They are missing the Shadow Demon, actually on both teams for the Morphling and the Terrorblade, but you know, both characters still very strong. Just some harass on Nas. I mean, he's really not too worried about going down at all here. He will have another replicate in 10 seconds. Look at that, just turns around. Takes Nakamura to a very casual half health, but there is some help here for him. And Nas hit by the arrow. He's going exactly where he doesn't want to, but look at that strength gain that's still going. He's got more than enough mana for a waveform. Can they do enough damage to him? He goes into the trees, has a TP scroll, thinks about going out, but they still have vision of him. He's inside there, and they know that he's going to try to TP away. Can they get the stun off? They don't have anything for him, and this Morphling illusion will just keep following him until it disappears. Morphling able to get away. Sometimes that hero is just way too survivable. And he even managed, like, he just backs the Ogre away from the tower, puts a little bit of damage to it, and his team is getting some space created. So just as the space was created for the Morphling at the beginning of the game, it is now being created for the rest of his team. Just putting up net worth right now because I forgot the crap out of that. And just for your viewing pleasure, we'll also put up some graphs for you guys. Just keeping you updated on the overall game situation. As the top tower is getting pushed by the Radiant side, Noxious Intent looking for some more gold in their bindles. As Trazed Gaming, they take the one bottom and might be thinking about a bit more of a trade as they move forward here. The Morphling is here once again, 2100 gold, working towards what may be his Lincoln Sphere or another good item. Interesting to see what he decides to go for next. He's already, oh, arrow! It hits Morphling, but he's still strength morphing, and it really wasn't that long of duration of a stun. Look at all the, this is a ward party over here. They're just jumping, jiving, looking at each other. It's great. Look at that. What are those wards? It's like a party. And the other Titan just walks right past it. I don't need that. I don't need that at all. In any case, Moronic continues to go for her Aghanim Scepter. She's about 20 gold away from it right now. Wow, did I say that? 1,000 gold away from it right now. For some reason, I thought she had another component. But she's still working towards it. And at 21 minutes, you definitely would have liked to have it for her at a better timing. But her team just really hasn't been able to get anything going. And Baby Pickles throws out a stun, but there's no running away from the stars that are falling on his face. So poor Baby Pickles taking another death there. Here comes an arrow. Hits the catapult. Square in its catapulty face. I'll call that one Cardi McCart face. And can they find any kind of initiation? Green is thinking about it. He's not got a Blink Dagger or anything, but he might go in for a Time Walk into Chronosphere. He'll look for it, but yeah, he gets out of the trees. And there's the Earth Splitter on the 3 heroes. Meatball rolling through all of them. Terrorblade forced into the ultimate. Can he get a good Thunder off? Indeed he does, but there might be enough damage from Nas. He's going for the strength gain to try to get out of this one. And Piz might try to turn around on everybody, but the finger take him down, and now Gar has to try to back away from his own illusion. Run away from yourself as Babes. He's got no leap for another 3 seconds. He's been silenced. He's been hexed. And that's a double kill for the Morphling. Looking for the last one in this 5-man team up. Can Green get a stun? But Nakamura is going to be walking very quickly. There's going to be a stun coming through. And will they be able to get anything else? Going forward. He really wants it. Morphling goes forward. Sunstrike will not hit as he hesitated for just a second. So only the Ogre managing to stay alive there. Not even a chance for a Chaotic Offering with a great Chronosphere into Earth Splitter onto 3 heroes. Definitely a great combo from Noxious Intent, and that was the name of the game the whole time for them. Morphling with some great farm, still took a Sunder to the Terrorblade, but those days are about to end as he does have the recipe and the full Lincoln Sphere completed now. Nearly a mechanism for Warlock. Invoker's got an Axe. Any other items? Timbersaw really doesn't have too much at all, just a Vit Orb for him. And Terrorblade should be at his Manta Style pretty soon. But right now, the story is just all Noxious Intent. They're up quite a few kills. They have some towers down. It's actually even for the teams, but remember that those 2 towers early were denied by Noxious Intent, so they got a bit more gold from those. And the net worth, it's 10,000 in favor of them at this point, so it's up from 5,000 a few minutes ago. Now after that fight, they're doing a lot better, and Mirana still doesn't have the Aghanim Scepter. This is starting to become a little bit worrisome. Like, maybe they can turn around when she gets it, and Terrorblade's able to get some more items, make an illusion of Lion, allowing Nas to just go forward and very safely farm some waves here. As Terrorblade comes in from behind, touches Nas with the Chakram a little bit there, just a nice touch of the water. And it'll just replicate out. Very simple. So interestingly enough, with the Terrorblade and the Metamorphosis up in 12 seconds, they're going to move forward here. Chronosphere's up. Oh, there's going to be a... Nope. They actually canceled that Stomp, even though there were 2 heroes there. Let's take a look at the vision game. Only Babe's moving up here. Sometimes around these towers, it's a little bit difficult to remember how much vision each team has. So there is some nice vision being given by this Observer War on the high ground. And, oh, the Stomp ends up hitting 3. Do they actually go in on this? Green is a little far away. Oh, he's got the Blink Dagger now. He goes in with the Chrono, but the Earth Splitter is not going to be on top of them. Now the Chaotic Offering goes through. Babes, oh, they've taken down 3. They're taking so many heroes down. A Chaotic Offering doing a little bit of work on the backside, but they have taken care of the Warlock. Other Titan falls to the Timbersaw. And the Tornado comes through, lifts him up in the air. There is no getting out of this one for Mr. Timbersaw. Just a terrible game from the outset. It's been very difficult for him, and the woes continue as Noxious Intent, they finally get the full 5-man team wipe they were looking for, as well as a 2,500 gold change their way. So they just missed the team wipe in the... They just missed the team wipe in the last fight. Very narrowly, letting the Ogre Magi be a bit too tanky, but now we've got a push going in bottom. Alacrity used on the Morphling, even though there are no creeps there, and they're not close to the tower, but, you know, may as well make him feel a little bit better for a couple of seconds. And they should be taking a tier 2 tower very easily here. Over in the mid lane, Green, oh, he's been super aggressive. Bates talking is hard. Throws out the arrow. Getting way too excited here, guys. And, well, with all these Blink Daggers for Noxious Intent, there's going to be some very easy and free damage done by the Morphling. It'll just replicate out. Oh, at least the Timbersaw is able to do some damage. So, the Morphling takes the tower down to 1164. Some good damage done to it, and basically all for free. Gets out. It goes back to farming. Invoker, I guess that's going to be a Lincoln Sphere of his own. Mass Lincoln Sphere, Mass Blink Dagger for Noxious Intent. And Elder Titan should be getting a Pipe of Insight pretty soon, helping them to avoid some of the magic damage from Mirana, which is definitely going to be important once she gets her Aghanim Scepter delivered by the courier, which he's actually not choosing to do right now. Nice breaking of the smoke by Lion, just hiding out in the trees there, utilizing his Blink Dagger as much as he can. Being in a very advanced position there to, I don't know if he knew that he was breaking these smokes, but I guess he could figure it out once he starts seeing heroes appearing there. So he just blinks out, stays safe. And we'll see if we ever see a taunt from Lion again. Would definitely be a lot of fun. So the XP and Gold League continues to get even greater for Noxious Intent, up to 15,000 at this point. And will we see, oh, Lion's on the high ground. He knows that Mirana has that Invis rune. He has to be safe though, and he'll just blink away. He could have been in a great position there, but they decide they don't want to be too aggressive. Mirana just moves forward underneath the sentry ward. So they do not know that she's there. Baby Pickles doesn't see her anymore. Baby Pickles underneath this tier 2 tower. Stomp misses on everything. Can they actually find their initiation here? This Mirana Invis rune doing a ton of work for them. She's doing some good scouting. Knows where the Invoker is, knows where the Elder Titan is, and Invoker may have run right into the trap. He sees the Timbersaw and tries to get away. Does babes throughout the arrow. Will hit it for a little bit here, and there's a ton of damage with that Aghanim Scepter being delivered. Spirit just wards things off, but meanwhile, while all this is happening, Morphling pushing in the tier 3 tower. He's not got a replicate or anything, and with the Mirana ultimate, he might be in a little bit of trouble, but who am I talking about? This is a Morphling, and he's got so many times to escape here. He's getting a little bit of a wraparound from the Mirana. Could throw out an arrow. Is she going to go for it? Goes, and it's hit the Morphling. He's stuck here. Still going to go for a Strength Morph. And does he go down? So many Starfalls. Wave Swarm into the trees. And he's got the TP scroll, but his team, they are nowhere close. He's making space. 4 seconds to a waveform. Throws up the Chakram. And, well, he's still Strength Morphing, goes into the trees, and can they actually take him down? Tries to TP away, and the damage! He's going to get caught out by the Quake offering, so they do kill the Morphling, but there are 4 heroes around the mid-tier 2 tower. They just sack the Morphling for it, and they manage to take the tower, maybe even get some damage on this, as most of the mana and mana and Chaotic Offering is gone. They just wasted that on the fight, and I don't know if they're going to be able to get anything off of it. Like, they've killed the Morphling, maybe it stops the push for a little bit, but the Radiant Heroes, they still have their full combo here. Chronosphere, Earth Splitter, doesn't have mana for it now, but it's definitely very potent. Forcing out a Fortify even. Trazed Gaming absolutely have to come back to defend this. They cannot do too much else around the map. Just so much space there created by the Morphling. Just getting everything, like all of the kitchen plus the sink plus the oven. I think there might have even been a refrigerator in there that was thrown at him, and he just took it all, getting some more strength, and eventually died, but he just took so much for it, and his team, I have to think that they got some kind of advantage there as well. Over at top, Green's doing some nice damage to Piss. I don't even know if he thinks that it's the real thing. Arrow comes through, is going to be off the mark, and Green, well, he's got a Chronosphere, might try to turn around. There is going to be, where's the Sunstrike? The Sunstrike's going to hit on the Piss. They need to think about taking him down. Oh, a little bit more damage is going to be enough. He needs to get a Sunder off. Can he? No! Green nearly down. Gara, well, he's taking a lot of damage there as well. Nice Earth Spike on the Nakamura, but they might have given up a little bit too much here. 2 cores going down for Trazed Gaming, and can Timbersaw break it up here? 1 second left on the blinker. Is he able to get away? Yes, he is. Blinks down to the lower ground. And he'll also find a Bounty Rune for his troubles. Getting chased down by the Timbersaw. Maybe he takes away some of his mana, but Timbersaw has just been forced away. And the Lion, where's the taunt? There it is! Oh yeah, baby! Makes it away from the fight with all of his life, and just a little bit of swag too. Still, I mean, clearly Noxious Intent took the better part of the fight there, taking down both the Mirana and Terrorblade, only giving up a support and an offlaner. While Invoker still farms, Morphling still farms, and their heroes continue to get more of an advantage. The brunt of this game is still really placed on the Terrorblade. If he's able to get like everything he needs to, maybe they could win, but they really do have to work with the lane position, making sure that the creeps are nowhere near the base, allowing the Morphling to just push it in, because as you can see with the damage on the tier 3s, they've just been very good with making sure their Morphling is in a position to push the lanes in, give danger to the tier 3s, and oh, hello. Nice taunt, dude. Yeah, putting the racks into danger. Maybe we might be thinking about a smoke here in the near future. Lion's got one in the inventory, Mr. Baby Pickles. We do not have the counter smoke here. They're just moving up here in the mid lane. Babes gets the Bloodlust on him. Still sitting on only the Aghanim Scepter and the Power Treads. Throws down the Starstorm. Getting some farm. But the gank might be coming in pretty soon. Green is there with the Chronosphere, and he goes up to the high ground, but they've gone into the Mirana ultimate, and well, they use it to escape the gank there. Tornado coming through. Warlock manages to dodge it. I still hear the taunts going from the Lion, but both teams kind of back away from the from each other a little bit there. Now the Radiant side will be pushing. And there is the smoke. Okay. Double smoke. High ground is held by the Dire side, and they could break it here. Oh, the vision isn't there, and there's going to be a Chronosphere on the 3. Can they get the Earth Splitter? The finger goes onto the Jam, and they will take down the Terrorblade. Or that's a Warlock, actually, immediately. Timbersaw trying to get out. Who's on the high ground? It's the Ogre. Meanwhile, Pablo Escobar, finally the Timbersaw goes down. And they don't have the lane position for this, so at least Terrorblade is able to continue pushing bottom a bit. Hope that he doesn't get picked off, but there is possibly a bigger prize for Noxious Intent if they want to go for it. Look at that. Gotta love it. Got a little pedestal for him as well. In any case, the push continues on the mid lane. 30 seconds to the Timbersaw respawn. He's just super far behind it right now. Even forced to go for a Vanguard before he goes for the Bloodstone. Yeah, it's just been a very difficult game for him. So here we go. Spirit to the high ground. Morphling on the low. Goes up to the high ground just to get that mischance away. Goes for Nakamura, and they haven't quite done the damage that they needed. Sunstrike off the mark. Lion thinking about going for the kill, but he'll get stunned up. Baby Pickles! Oh no! Baby Pickles is dead. And they're doing some good damage to the melee Rex, but with the Lion being down, Noxious Intent kind of don't really feel like being there anymore, especially with both the Earth Splitter and the Chronosphere being down. They've realized that without these spells, it's a lot more difficult for them to take a fight against Trazed Gaming because their strength really doesn't rely on team fight as much. And they also have the Chaotic Offering as well. So Noxious Intent, they just back up, give Terrorblade a little bit more time to farm. And yeah, keep pushing on the mid lane. Now has an ultimate orb. Probably will be a Scotty soon, so Terrorblade's starting to get pretty tanky. 34 minutes in the game. What's this? We've got someone turned into a pig. Babes, I don't know what he was doing, but he just caught way out on the wrong side of the map, and I did say that there might have been an Invoker building a Lincoln's. It actually turned into a Scythe device, the first usage of it being shown there. Morphling still pushes out. Oh, going for Pablo. That was an interesting E-Blade hit. Just like did a little bit of a bend. It was like a banana. And Nas will still continue to push bottom. Just like not fearing anything. The Jam is here with an Invis rune, but well, Morphling doesn't know, and Morphling doesn't even care. He just pushes it in and keeps going for these towers and racks. Melee Rex has regened a little bit, but it should be taken down fairly quickly if they can get to the high ground for it. And, well, Timbersaw trying to clear out a couple of these creeps, but now just goes to the high ground. Very safe with the replicate. And, well, he was thinking about being right in the middle of the chakram. So, we'll see. Spirit comes up, zoning out the Dire squad. And the stomp does hit onto the Jam, keeping him there for a little bit. Oh, they finally used the smoke on the high, or dust on the high ground. Maybe they dropped in the Canadian offering. They are all there. Gera, he's taking a lot of damage from this. Definitely Blast pushes both the Golem back, and Warlock gets eaten up by a meatball. Nice tornado going through. We'll see if there's going to be any initiation, but there's going to be the Chronosphere. It's caught out 3, and no Radiant Heroes inside as well. Golem walks into it. That's 2 going down. Mirana forced to buy back. They have taken care of the Golem now, and Akka trying to chase down the Timbersaw. Lion steals some mana from him, says, "Thank you, sir. I will just keep moving forward." And then Mirana just walks right into the crosshairs, and the Radiant side again able to take down her and the rest of her little menagerie of stars. Baby Pickles moves up. There's an Earth Spike on the Terrorblade. Can they get the damage? They've turned Piss into a fish. Stomp off the mark thanks to the tornado, but a Terrorblade still goes down. Invoker able to finish off the kill with the Deafening Blast, and now they've taken most of the mana away from Pablo Escobar. They're trying to chase him down. Do they have anything for this? He's very tanky, even the Timbersaw, and just as soon as he gets his Bloodstone, he dies. 8 seconds on the sidelines, and Noxious Intent might have just sealed the deal on this one game set. The Jam underneath the EMP, electronics disabled, manages to stay alive. Invoker thinking about chasing him down, but Warlock, oh no, the tornado, stay away from it, and he does, just staying alive there. What a guy. Unfortunately, not Megas just yet for Noxious Intent, but they've really put a couple of nails in the coffin for Trazed Gaming. And I guess it's a good time to look at buyback status. Only the Terrorblade has it right now, and lots of these heroes are pretty far away, so you have to think that Noxious Intent... There's not even been a Roshan this game. Maybe the teams forgot about it. But honestly, do they even need it to go for tier 3 towers and megas? Probably not. It would definitely be a lot better for Trazed Gaming to pick it up right now. But the question is, can they? I mean, it should take pretty long to do some damage to the tier 2s and go for the tier 3s, so Trazed Gaming might have enough time for a Roshan. For some reason, neither team is... Maybe it was a gentleman's agreement not to go for it. But yeah, neither one's really doing it at all. I guess, well, with an Invoker, it's a bit easier for a team to do Roshan, especially when the Void's picking up a Vlad's. Blinks away from the Ogre. I didn't think about going in on him, but Ogre is pretty tanky. Arrow gets thrown out. Doesn't really hit on too much. Invoker just scouts out the bottom lane, thinking about it. But right now, Noxious Intent, they're just very disorganized, going all around the map. Wraparound possible. Gara, he throws out the Spirit. Okay, there's going to be vision of it now from the Dire side. And look at this. They've taken down an Illusion. And they leave the Terrorblade alone at bottom. Faceless Void is here. They need to slow them down a little bit. Chronospear is going to get suspended for it. And there's a finger. There's a meatball. Terrorblade, just no chance of getting out of that. Meanwhile, there was a gang top, but it was onto a Morphling who just had it so easy trying to get out. Trazed Gaming still finding it very difficult in this match, but they're going to stick it out to the end. Morphling still pushing in mid. E-Blade, Dragonlance, Manta style. So many pushing and damaging tools here. And I think they might be trying to end the game now, as they did take care of the tier 2 tower. Babes has to leap away from the Void. Only a Fatal Bonds on him. And there's a nice little Void illusion for Nas, who goes in on the tower. Arrow coming through, gonna get dodged by everyone. Nakamura getting the E-Blade thrown out on him. The Chaotic Offering is going to be there, but at this point, Noxious Intent really don't care at all. Chakram thrown through. Even these illusions are doing way too much damage to the Dire side. Pablo Escobar trying to back up, but the only thing that's saving them right now is the fact that their racks are still alive and Noxious Intent really want megas. Green taking a lot of damage from the Chakram, but, well, there's going to be no Chakram when their Timbersaw is not able to stay alive. Stomp hits again on the Piss. Meatball's going to get dropped down, and, well, that was a bevy of skills thrown on top of the Terrorblade. And finally, with the Mega Creeps being taken, Noxious Intent managed to take the game and to prove themselves to be the slightly better team in this one-game set up against Trazed Gaming. Yeah, they ride the back of a great early game, shutting the Timbersaw down and having some great team fights, really working together as a team, and they managed to pick up the victory in this one-game set. So, that's going to do it for me. I'm Pythian. As always, I really appreciate you all coming out to watch this game of Dota 2 in the ESL Major League European Qualifier. This is the last match day of the Qualifier, so hopefully we have some more information pretty soon about who's playing when, what divisions people are in. But for now, well, this has been the 7th play day. I'm Pythian, and I want to thank you all for coming out. You can follow me on Twitter at PythianLegume, as well as on twitch.tv/PythianLegume. And, well, you all know what's coming next. We've got both the score screen, some music, and, as always, cheers.